Ron, this is dispatch.
Hello YouTube, welcome to another edition of Buck Wild Trucking. I am coming to you from the Flying J in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been for the last week on a route running back and forth from Tulsa. It's been working out really well. Leaving Houston in the morning, coming and picking up a load here, and then or dropping off a load here, spending the night, picking up another load, going back to Houston. It's been a pretty good run, about 550 miles a day, although I wish I was running for further, but it is steady when the checks don't bounce. At this time, lack of planning on somebody's part has left me here for a 17-hour layover. Jabber on the CB. I picked up a load out of Tulsa and I hauled ass back to Houston so that I could get most of the way back here to be able to drop off this other load and pick up the new one. But the broker got antsy and felt I wouldn't make it in time, so they canceled the load. So my next load doesn't pick up until in the morning. So I will sit here and try to find something to do, I suppose. I haven't really looked around. I don't know what there is to do, but I'll occupy myself somehow. Maybe I'll clean the inside of this truck a little bit. I got to clean my windows. It's covered in bug juice. Last Friday, on my way back to Houston from here, stopped at a Flying J in Anna, Texas. And I wasn't there 6-7 minutes. I ran in, used the facilities, grabbed a cup of coffee and a hot dog, and came back out. Now, I wasn't on the fuel islands. There wasn't hardly anybody there. It was late at night. And I pulled up and pulled right through the fuel islands and up into the staging area there beyond where we should pull when we're done pumping. A lot of people don't. If you don't, you should. But after when I came out, I did my typical walk around. I always check my tandems, check my hose, check my fifth wheel release. Well, in that 6 or 7 minutes that I was inside, somebody decided to pull my fifth wheel release. I don't know who or why. Some people said because I was on the fuel island. Well, I wasn't on the fuel island, but okay. If you guys park every time you run in for a cup of coffee, more power to you. I'm not going to do it. I'll wait in line at the fuel island, and if I don't need fuel, I'll pull on through and then run in and get it. But it was a lesson learned, and I'm glad that I checked that every time. And I got to tell you, I don't know that I would normally have done that if not for a video that I saw before I ever started trucking from Little Guy Trucker. He had parked in an area so he could run in and run out. And when he came out, somebody had pulled one of his airlines, and ever since I watched that video, I do that. Now, they probably teach that in trucking school, and I do it because of that video. But yeah, you need to walk around your truck and visually inspect it anytime it's out of your sight, because there are buttholes in this world, and some of them are truckers. But if not for watching that video or seeing that video, I'm not absolutely certain I wouldn't have drove out. Sorry, message on there. I'm not absolutely certain that I wouldn't have drove out from under my trailer. And whoever done it might have been sitting there on the side filming me, and I would have ended up on Twisted Truckers. But anyway, I did see it, and I was able to get back under it and get it locked back into place and go on about my way. A lot of people said I should have called the police because I could have killed me or somebody else, and that's probably true. I was in a hurry to get home, and that wasn't even a thought. And although I have nothing bad to say about the police, the truth of the matter is they probably would have come out and held me up for 2.5 hours, taken a report, and not found who did it anyway. But who knows? They may have had a video and been able to do it. But anyway, I was in a hurry and I went home, so I didn't call the police. Never even considered calling the police, but that's what I'm being told in hindsight. But anyway, check your truck. Check your truck. Man, I've got to get out of this company. My boss called me the other day, told me that one of my checks had been returned, and he was going to be back at the yard with cash for me the next day when I showed up. And if that would have been the case, it would have been the second check that would have bounced. But he called me later and said it wasn't my check that bounced, it was the other driver's. It's really irrelevant at this point. I really do appreciate this guy giving me a job. He did. He gave me a job right, as soon as I got my CDL with no schooling. And I appreciate that. It's a paycheck that I haven't been receiving for the last 16 months while the oil fields crashed, and I've been dinking around waiting for it to come back. And I'm very appreciative to have this job, but I can't have the stresses of not knowing if my paycheck's going to clear. I can't be sitting because of poor planning. I need to be moving. I need to be rolling. And I did 3,500 miles last week and got my check, and it was a little over $800. There's a problem there, and I don't see any chance of benefits coming from this job. I'm going to have to get on with a big carrier. Which brings me to my next subject. Many of you have been watching me from the very beginning and how I went about getting my CDL. I made a huge mistake the way I got my CDL. I thought I was going to save time and money, but these big companies, if you didn't go to school, they're really not interested in you. And in the time it took me to get it, I could have gone to school. It would have cost me, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 depending on where I went. But by now I would be with a good company, paying good mileage, paying good benefits, and certainly would have learned a lot of things that I'm having to learn on my own on the road. And fortunately, I have the benefit of friends that are helping me get through this, and I'm learning as I go. I am. I just go out here and I try to be careful and not run over anybody, which fortunately I haven't. But I have a lot to learn, and I'm learning something new every single day. But I'm spending today, while I'm sitting here on this layover, I'm going to spend today putting in some applications to some companies and seeing what I can do to get locked on with a major carrier where I can get some experience and some miles, a regular paycheck, and not worry about if when I go to fill up I'm going to be able to fill my tanks, not worry about if I go to an ATM to get cash out for toll roads, that cash is going to go through, not worrying about having to change GPSs to find alternate routes around toll roads because your boss don't want to pay for toll roads. It's just a million things. I mean, not a million, but there's a lot of things. There's a lot good. There's a lot of good with this company. I have a lot of freedom. The guy seems to really like me and let me do my own thing. I love the fact that I'm not in a what do they call them? The small trucks. The small trucks with no room in the sleeper. I like having a full-size truck. I like having an ungoverned truck. I do. I like all those things. I like the fact that I didn't have to you know, spend a month in a truck with a stranger that I don't know, you know, in a confined space. Those are all things I like, but I've got a family to support. You know, my wife is working really hard, and I would like for her not to have to do that. So I've got to do it. I've got to get on it. Anyway, I thought I'd give you an update of what was going on. Again, like I say, I'm sitting here until at least 7 in the morning, till I can make an 8 o'clock pickup, and I'm gonna try to find something to do. Maybe find something good to eat. Watch some YouTube videos, catch up. Again, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and share. Hey, go check out Randall the Trucker on YouTube. Go check out Little Dog Trucker. Actually, it's Ask a Trucker on YouTube. Go check out the Little Guy Trucker, Ike Stevens, Lone Wolf, Trucker Jones, all people that have a lot of experience. And again, join the STA, Super Truckers of America, on Facebook. Download the Zello app on your phone and come join in the conversation. Sometimes it's pretty hardcore, but these guys they're there to help. They are there to help. Hey, until next time, I'm Buck Rupp.